Welcome to the Beauty Talk Podcast, where we have real conversations about the state of the beauty industry.
Lack of professionalism, clients, the fights, basically the shit is in shambles.
And we're here to discuss it. So we're going to discuss on the client's point of view and as well as the professional's point of view, whether that's hairstylists, barbers, lash techs, etc. We're going to discuss it all here on the Beauty Talk. I'm A'Bryanna.
And I'm Jaz.
And we're the beauty industry advocates.
As y'all know, we had an event earlier this year where we had a conversation about these topics and like what's going on. We sat down with industry professionals and the clients, and they were able to have a real conversation about where our industry is at. However, we couldn't fit everything into a 3-hour event, so now we have our podcast.
So for instance, like, you know how the phrase, the customer is always right? I don't know about that here. We're just going to be like actually discussing that in detail. Whereas, no, maybe it was the clientele's win, maybe it was the professional's win. We need to discuss that, and it needs to be dug in a little further.
Right, because you never really know what happened unless you were there and you have a full view of both sides. So we're going to kind of discuss that. Everything is not what it looks like all the time, you know?
And there is always two sides to every story.
Exactly.
And we want both of them.
Okay, both. So me and A'Bryanna both together, we have 20 plus years of experience in the industry. We both started our careers very young, and we've seen the transition from how the industry used to be to where it is now. We're both salon owners. We both sell hair and hair products. We have full clientele, and we're having a lot of success in the beauty industry. So we have our bias sometimes, but we're going to give a very, very fair view.
A great thing about both of us is we started from the bottom. We literally both started in the assistant position. So we have a full spectrum of the entire range of being clients of people, being, the low of the low in the beauty salon, and then the high of the high of the beauty salon, where we are now in our, professional world and in our careers.
Right. So why, like, what's your opinion? Why do you feel like the industry is in the state that it's in? Why is it like in such a bad place?
I feel like just from the full rounded point of view, I feel like it's probably professionalism and lack of passion and integrity, I will say.
Yeah, I can definitely.
It's like a well-rounded of why everything, because it's like, you gotta comb your hairstylist.
No.
Or you are a hairstylist, but you're not a licensed hairstylist.
Right.
And when you are licensed, that just puts you up at a different caliber. And I feel like people don't really respect that anymore. They don't really care about, putting in work, or like I said, having integrity, having a passion, and then, growing from there, or, furthering your knowledge and things. People just like, oh, no, I got a comb. I just happen to know how to lay down these edges. So, I'm a stylist, and I'm going to charge $300 to do it. And that's the sketch.
It's real sketchy. I have to agree with that, though. I feel like it doesn't matter anymore about the in-between. All the in-between has been lost. Like, all they care about is the finished style. Social media, instant gratification, all of that plays a major part in, like, why we are where we are at now. And honestly, I feel like it's the clients, too, because, these people that y'all are upset with for being unprofessional are the same people that y'all spend your money with.
Y'all literally are paying these people.
Exactly.
Y'all, they gave you their home address.
Right.
And then I gotta go to her house. Baby,
but you still went. You still went.
You paid a deposit, even though sis got, random things in her bathroom, pictures of what she's doing, or she only shows herself doing her own hair. I mean, y'all gotta be smarter too.
Exactly.
It's not always the stylist's fault because they're getting away with whatever you're letting them get away with.
Exactly, because you're letting them get away. I feel like if there was like requirements or like industry standards or like just a client saying, okay, hey, this is what I am and what I'm not going to deal with, then everybody else would be forced, you know what I'm saying, to get their shit together. I'm not supposed to cuss that, right? Oh, well, get y'all shit together. Okay, go ahead.
And then it's like, as clients, the clients get upset because they feel that these stylists nowadays are charging for their lifestyle or all these things, when actually they might be charging for their education. I mean, nowadays, what hairstylists pay, or to get your license, I think it's $20,000.
It's past that now.
It's like 25. Let's say $25,000.
It's $1 billion beauty industry.
It's $1 billion beauty industry, and then it's the thing: you want top flight service, you want top flight skill, you want all these things. You want to be treated a certain way but then you don't want to pay for it. That doesn't even make any sense.
But here's the thing that they always seem to forget, that all of these are luxury services. If you get lash extensions done, that's a luxury service. You can put mascara on at home. You're choosing to pay. You know what I'm saying? You choosing to pay for these enhancements. These are luxury services. This is not water, gas. These are not necessities. So this is what it costs for this. This is what it costs.
And if that stylist or that beauty professional wants to charge that, they can charge that. You cannot get mad at them for charging what they feel their worth is.
Exactly.
If you go to your job and they say, we think you worth $15 an hour, you're going to be like, sis, no, I'm worth $20 an hour. And you ain't gonna
you still got that choice of, do I want to take this job where they feel like I'm worth 15 if I feel like I'm worth 22 or not? You feel me? So like, that's your choice. Just like it's your choice to choose the professional that you feel like is charging too much or not, you know?
Absolutely.
But I also feel like too, you know, it's really on the individual, because I know that there are clients, and I'm sure you got clients as well, they skipping light bill payments, they skipping rent payments, they skipping whatever it is they want to skip to get these services done. Like, that's more important to them.
Different.
Exactly.
So you can't really, like, I hate when I hear that, you know, people blame styles or it's always a blame game. First of all, let's just stop blaming each other. That's a crossroad we need to cross right now too. Like, it is what it is. You can either go to, you know, this person or go to that person. You have so many choices. It's so many stylists in the beauty, or so many professionals in the beauty industry, professionals that are licensed, great stylists that, you know, you might not want to go to because they're not Instagram famous. So like,
that is I'm so glad that you said that, because like, people want to go to the person that's like got all of these followers. Them are also the same people they complain about not being able to get in with, you know, but like, they're servicing so many people. You wouldn't have got a popular stylist. So of course they don't have time to really service everybody, you know, but you won't take the time to give somebody else a chance who is equally as good that doesn't have 50,000 followers, you know, like, that doesn't mean that you're having a bad experience because they don't have a social media following. Like, that social, actually, if you want to be real, like, it's plenty of people that got social media followers that don't even provide quality services. They just somehow figured out the algorithm to social media and they have success. Like, if you want to be real. So
it's all shenanigans anyway. You literally don't know what you're going to get until you pull up. But at least if somebody has, like, maybe in their bio, because I don't even know if I have it in my bio, but if you have, you know, some type of information, or if you've heard word of mouth saying, oh, she's licensed, she's clean, she take care of your hair.
They can look licenses up online. They ain't looking for no licenses. You know they not looking for no license.
You're right.
Y'all want the finish. They want the finish. They don't care about the in-between. It doesn't matter if you don't shampoo my hair. It don't matter if you take care of my hair. As long as when I get up I look like a bad bitch, that's all they give a fuck about.
But then whose fault is that though?
This is...
That's our question.
If you
leave that in the comments, whose fault is it?
We do want to know that.
If you choose all these, you have all these rights and all these options, and then you get done like that, and they weren't catfishing you. Like, it wasn't no catfish. It was all there.
No, a lot of that stuff. I will say sometimes, like, people portray online like it's going to be a different experience than what it is when they actually get there. I will give you that. But then there are some that are like up front, like you could see, like you said, from their social media, like, this is the kind of experience that you're going to be getting, and you chose to go because you prioritize being a bad bitch over your experience. But then you want to complain about the experience. You've seen her on her whooping her kids every time in between clients. You've seen her doing that. Like, you feel me? So you said, the way I look when I leave here is more important to me than her stopping to whoop her kids. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You settled for that. You've allowed that.
You chose that.
Exactly.
So, like, right now in the media, like, media is crazy right now with hairstyles or just, like, beauty professionals, period. Like, everybody has something to say on both sides. Like, you either, you know, mad about the booking, or you getting gone off on because you didn't pay your deposit, or you're not getting your deposit back. So we're going to go through a couple of little crazy media things that we've been seeing.
So some of the things we've seen online, like, just from the client perspective, not even from the stylist perspective, it's just like charging late fees, but being late, making up your own rules, even though, I mean, if you're self-employed, you do make your own rules, but we'll come back to that. Some of y'all are not trying to perfect your craft, charging what you see other people charging, but it's not actually what you're worth. No professionalism, can't be on time, don't know how to do hair, requiring things like full faces and makeup to book an appointment. What else have we seen?
Woo, that one though that you just said, like, I literally have experienced that myself. Like, I hate to be the person to tell somebody that, like, your work isn't up to par. And
like, basically, you can't charge that.
You cannot charge what you just see somebody charge. Like, I hate to have to say that, but it's like,
I mean, but
Are we looking at
it's
the
real
same?
though.
Yeah,
Like,
like you
and
look at the same
honestly,
thing.
it may be the reason why like they're not booked. You know what I'm saying? Because you're priced incorrectly. Like,
Yeah, it's not matching.
it's
Not
not
matching.
it's not giving. It's not.
It's not. And
It's
you
not
just gotta
giving.
be able to be humble enough to accept that. Because when me and Jazz first started, we wasn't, you know what I'm saying, the best at whatever. But guess what? We got to that point because
Yep.
we put in the work and we put in the education, you know what I'm saying? Take a class or two before you think you're gonna come out of hair school and you're gonna be the biggest boss. Because that's a huge thing, honey. Y'all all the biggest bosses. I'm not. I'm just A'Bryanna. So I don't know, child. But y'all the biggest bosses. Y'all get out of hair school and it's popping and I'm, you know what I'm saying, $1 million hairstyles. That's why these people be mad. That's why
Yeah.
hairstyles is getting a bad rep right now. Like real bad.
These
Real
are
bad.
facts. These are facts. So like I think too, like one of the things that I saw some of the things that I saw like people complain about are our booking policies and procedures. Now, I'm gonna say this. I know they do get a little extreme. I have seen some that are very, very extreme, but at the same time, like these policies and procedures are in place for a reason. Coming from a professional perspective and not the client perspective, like we put them rules in place for a reason. Usually, 9 times out of 10, something that's happened that it made us go, okay, this can't happen again, you know. So now we need a rule for this. And what they say, we be yelling at them through our
With the caps
all
and the
caps.
red letters and all that.
But let's be real, y'all don't read.
Y'all definitely don't read. I'm just gonna say that. And I'm real lax. I'm real relaxed with my rules. Now I just have standards, like you know what I'm saying. And I'm more cutthroat with it as far as you don't show up, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? You can never book me again. Like it's fine. It's all good. I'm not mad at you. I'm not gonna go off on you. I'm gonna act like I never heard of you. You know what I'm saying? But somebody else might charge you half or charge you full price, and you can come back. So it's just depending on what you want to
Not
deal
over
with.
here. But I mean, again, it's specific to each individual, you know? And I think if people actually take the time to read through some of these booking bios and see like, you know, what it actually says, they will understand. And something that I've realized too is like people who don't do the bullshit don't have problems with people's booking policies. Like if you know you're a person who's on time, you know you're a person who shows up for their appointments, if you know that you're a good client, like none of these rules matter to you because you're not going to break these rules. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like they don't have issues with it.
And on the other side, if you know that you're a stylist and you don't never make it nowhere on time, if you're not gonna be on time for your funeral, you cannot charge people for being late because you ain't never on time. Exactly. If you're not on time, you cannot hold these people to these standards that you could never hold yourself to.
Right.
Like you can never.
Okay. So let me tell you about this post I screenshotted the other day. I'm just reading it to you. This is verbatim what this stylist said. Any client that requests red hair will now have to pay a $40 deposit, or I just simply won't service anyone who wants red hair. Red hair clients are my least likely to show clients.
Was she serious though?
I'm pretty sure she was.
I don't know what y'all redheads doing, but y'all not getting service.
Like, how do you just like alienate all the redheads? Like, why?
And I never had a redhead not show up, so I don't even know what that even means.
Like, so basically, when I got dye my hair black before me to get a service by you, like,
why do you $40 extra?
Right, but like, you cannot generalize like all redhead people
because y'all know how to act.
If you're gonna require a deposit, like require a deposit from everybody. You can't just be like,
color deposit.
Right.
If you want color, it's gonna be an extra $40.
But not even this was. I think she was a braider.
Yes.
You seen that?
God, yes.
So like, ma'am, what?
Okay.
But is my question is, does everybody have to pay a deposit? I should not. So you telling me I wear my hair red and I just decide I want braids and I'm a good client. I'm going to show up. I'm going to do everything I'm supposed to.
Give
I'm
me
gonna
a chance. Yeah,
but because you've had experience with other redhead clients, now I got to do something different.
I don't like y'all.
Like, I'm not booking.
Yeah.
I'm not. Like, why?
Stuff like that. Don't post stuff like that. Like,
that would be like that unprofessionalism that like people be talking about. Like, it's like, what are we doing?
Don't even keep that in your close friends because that's what it's gonna get out. First of all, it's just like don't even say like that's just something you just keep
cannot
in your
be
mind.
Biased like to people like that. Like that's not fair. Like a person, you have to think of like a new person coming to book with you. You know what I'm saying? You always kind of want to think from that mindset of like a new person booking. how are they gonna feel? You know what I'm saying? Like, as they're reading through
I don't
this,
even know you. I didn't do nothing to you.
exactly.
I have red
Like,
hair.
do I want to give a person a try that's like, oh, well, you know,
I already don't like you.
exactly.
Before you come in the door, I already got attitude with you.
Exactly. No, I'm not coming to spend my money with you.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Another thing, huge thing we've been hearing about. We heard about it at our event. We on Instagram, on social media. Stylists working from home. How y'all feel about that? How you feel about it?
I mean, I know home-based stylists that are very professional. I mean, I know home-based stylists that have outfitted their space to, you know, actually be a salon space, but it's just within their home. So when we speak of those stylists, like, as long as you're operating professionally, your space is set up to accommodate the services that you're providing, like, okay, cool. But then there are some other home-based stylists that, like, I'm sorry, I'm not coming to your house. You know, it's certain things like, if you have a bowl that's here that I can sit back in and lean my head back and get shampooed, cool.
If I can get shampooed in the first period, if I can even get shampooed.
But like, if I'm leaning over into your kitchen sink, I'm not, you know. But this is me personally. I feel like too, like, it's a price range, you know, like, you do what you can afford, period. You know what I'm saying? So, but you have to also be understanding of, I know I'm only paying $25 for this service. So that means that, you know what I'm saying?
My $25 service.
Exactly. You can't expect the same quality experience of a $100 silk press when you pay $25 for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's probably not coming with a shampoo, or it is that lean over in a sink type, you know, situation. It's not going to be the salon experience. This may be at somebody's house where their kids is running around, where they got to stop. They might be taking a weed break. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you get for that price. You know, like, a discount, it ain't like, oh, it's $100 silk press and it's on sale and it's a discount. You know what I'm saying? That's different than this is anything that's priced all the way in here and they're offering it to you for here. You got to know it's some shit in between that's gonna happen. You feel me? Like, you have to know this, you know? So I'm not totally against home-based stylists. I honestly feel like it needs to be more understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know that I'm paying this little bit amount of money, like, this is what she's giving me, or he or she is giving me, like, that's what I'm going to get this in exchange, and be understanding of that. Or you need to expand your budget for the beauty services that you would like to get to have a better experience, period. But if you know you only got $20, sit down and get this $20 silk press and deal what you got to deal with, you know?
Yeah, you're right. Okay. That's a good stylist point of view. Like we said earlier, we're going to be hearing point of views from both sides. So we would love for you guys to send in emails. We're going to leave our email below in the description for you guys. So you can send us emails. Tell us your crazy stories. Tell us things you want us to discuss here on the Beauty Talk podcast, because we want to get down to it. And we really want to hear from you guys, because everybody, like I said, stylists and clientele, or, you know, beauty professionals and clientele, because it's two sides to every story.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is from social media. This person is speaking to hairstylists, nail techs, lash artists, MUAs, all y'all. Okay, all of us. She's saying y'all better get opening hours, like after hours, like basically, you know, work later in the day, because there are people with different types of jobs that can't get into us. That's so I can definitely speak on that, because sis got 3 kids. Okay. I'm not going to be here all night, but there are amazing stylists that can be. When I first started in the industry, I was in the streets from 5 a.m. When I say the streets, I mean in the salon. I was in the salon from 5 a.m. to who knows when. I can remember a time that I was literally at the salon at 3 a.m. So, I mean, there's some hustlers out there that will get with you and be there for you and do what you got to do. But you got to meet people where they at too. Just like you want us to meet you where you at. I'm a mother of 3. I got a man, you know what I'm saying? I got the house. I got things to do outside of here. So I can't work past a certain time. But that doesn't mean somebody else can't, and that there aren't other great stylists or nail techs, all those different beauty professionals that can. You just have to find them. But it's not the person you can't be mad at the person, because they have their own hours. You know what I'm saying? Just like you might work morning shift, afternoon shift, evening shift. Honey, I chose the daytime shift. I don't know.
Right. And I think that's like part of when you're selecting your service provider, like finding somebody that fits your schedule. You can't find somebody who only works 9 to 5 and you get off at 6. Like, it's never going to work unless you're willing to go on your off day, or, you know,
take a PTO for it.
Exactly, to come and get your nails done. Like, otherwise it's never going to fit. So instead, you would need to find somebody that is more accommodating to your schedule. Now, I will say too that I definitely believe it is money there. It is, some money that's being missed for people who want to get their hair done all through the night. And I think it is a good, something for somebody who's starting off, for maybe you just not a morning person and you would prefer to work all night. Maybe you don't have kids to tend to, whatever. It is money being left on the table for that second, third shift period. But at the same time, you're going to have to adjust around if this is the person that you want to go to, or just find somebody that works with your schedule, but a lot of us too, like, we have lives, just like she said, like, y'all got lives. Y'all pick the schedule or the shift that's most beneficial to y'all, whether it's for your lifestyle, whether it's for the pay, whatever the reason may be. So we do the same thing. Like, a lot of us, we used to spend all day at work. A lot of industry professionals, we are going all day. We're not eating. We're not using the restroom. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to service as many people as we can, and not even like being greedy. Like, we just really trying to get y'all in because we understand y'all want these services, but it's only so much that we can do,
Like, literally, I have people, like, literally, since I've been doing hair, that will hit. I don't care how long I got to be in the salon. If you can fit me in today, I'm gonna be there. So because I hate that it's now, stylists or people, beauty professionals being greedy. It's honestly never that, because like she said, we ain't ate all day. I'm for certain that some of us would choose to sit down, or some of us would choose to take a break, or some of us would choose to use the bathroom. But since we're trying to accommodate you, because we are in the service industry, it gets hard. And y'all done guilt me for years. Okay, y'all will make me feel so bad. Or I will take it upon myself and make myself feel bad. So it's like, I'm gonna fit her in, even though I ain't ate since 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 6 o'clock. I'm gonna just fit her in real quick because she got something to do this weekend. Well, I got to live too. So I mean, like, it's just up and down. You know what I mean? And that's just my story. I'm sure it's so many different stories or so many different reasons on both sides why they can make sense of how they feel about it. But like, it's two sides. It's two sides.
It definitely is two sides, But I feel like it is money being left on the table for those who are second, third shift people. But then also at the same time, like, that's just not even common. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can go to the gas station for a certain amount of hours a day. Like, it's certain things within the industry. Like, that's not normal for a place of business to be open in the wee hours of the night and you going to get a service done. Like, even Walmart ain't 24 hours no more. Like,
just because you want it though, right? That's what it is. Because that's another thing too. Like, if I came in on a Thursday and I stayed until, let's say, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I had to be at the shop at 8 o'clock, and I'm tired for your 8 o'clock appointment, you looking at me sideways because I'm tired. But it's like, well, I had to, service these other people, but you don't care about them other people. You care about your appointment. Right. So it's what you want, when you want, how you want. And it's like, that's not customer service to me.
And then too, I think, like, with the after hours thing, or like just working late, like, a lot of people want these late appointments but don't want to tip. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to offer anything extra for me to give you more of my time, but you feel entitled to my time. You feel like you should have this appointment. You got somewhere to be. You need to look good. I broke a nail. You know what I'm saying? My feet ain't right. My lashes is falling off. All my bottom lashes is missing. It's an emergency to you, but it's not an emergency for me. And you're not willing to financially compensate me for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like, you asking for me to stay here later. So now my schedule, because once you leave out and your makeup is beat, you going to go on about your business, right? You going to go ahead and do that. Now I'm behind. I can't cook dinner. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm off schedule for when I need to go to bed or put my kids to bed. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm inconvenienced while you look great. You feel me? Like, so at least offer something in exchange for asking for more of somebody's time. If you're asking to book outside of their normal booking hours, like, what are you willing to give outside of pay? And I feel like
that's another thing, real quick, because they mad about that. They mad about the charging extra for outside of their booking hours.
Right. But don't they get paid overtime? Oh, okay. So you get paid overtime, you get paid holiday pay, you get,
make it make sense. But it's like, you can't, we're not the same as corporate America, but we kind of are, and we kind of have more work to do, because when you are an entrepreneur, you work more. Like, you work more for your money. You get your money instantly, kind of, and you get your money, like, you might get more money, but you work harder for that money. Now, I ain't saying like a labor-intensive job or whatever, but you, like she said, we might have 16-hour days. Right. Yes, we got all that money for them 16 hours, but we put in that work 16 hours dealing with 20,000 personalities, dealing with you know, taking care of yourself in the midst of it,
Yeah.
taking care of your body, being able to even sustain that long, and then also being creative and being on point from the first client to the last client.
Right.
Because that, like,
you definitely have to be consistent. Like one thing I always tell my clients, like if I've had new clients come in and be like, oh, like what's wrong with you? They kind of get like nervous, like that they're not gonna receive the full experience. And like I tell them at the end of the day, like no matter how I feel, I'm still gonna give you 100% on your hairstyle or whatever services that you give me. I'm gonna give you 100% no matter how I feel. And that's something that I had to deal with. Whether I'm hurting, whatever I'm going through, like I still have to make sure that you got the same treatment, you got the same service as the 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Like you are paying the same amount of money. You have the same expectations. So I have to make sure that I deliver that no matter how I feel. It don't matter if, you know, as service providers, we are real people, but like honestly, nobody gives a fuck about you and your baby daddy being into it. Nobody gives a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody cares.
And do your job. And
you gotta put all that shit to the side. Like
you gotta have special powers. You gotta put that to the side. You gotta be able to do hair in your sleep, because half the time you probably are asleep because you're tired. You gotta do hair.
It's gotta be work. You have to be workplace appropriate. Like it's not fair to put your problems or use your problems, outside problems, as an excuse when people are coming in here and paying you for a service. This shit's not free. You know what I'm saying? So you are held to a certain level of professionalism no matter what's going on. Period.
Now, Sally, this right here is the actual, like, that's the problem in the industry right now. Not everyone feels that way, and not everyone is the same like that. And I do feel bad for people that be like, oh, well, I've dealt with all these things. I've gone to other people and it sucks. Like, I hate it. You know what I'm saying? And I want to come to you. But then it's like, I'm sorry that, you know, I might have some popularity. I'm good at what I do.
Right.
And a lot of people think so. So it sucks that, you know, you might be in a predicament where you can't get that, and you do want it, and you are willing to pay for it or whatever. But it's like, whew, I don't know. It's a sad industry right now as far as the up and coming. I do hope that the up and coming people like really, you know, tune in and really get that in that longevity. You know what I'm saying? To have longevity in this industry, you got to put in that professionalism from the beginning to the end, like she's saying, that consistency, all those things, because that is what is missing right now in the you know what I'm saying, in the beauty industry. But they still want that same pay, and they still want that same, you know, and then the clients still want that same experience no matter what.
But see, I also feel like too that it's missing, like the professionalism is missing for like the stylists, the service providers, and nail techs. That's missing. But again, it's back to our earlier point of the requirements that y'all have for the people that are providing y'all services are low. Mm-hmm. So you having low quality experiences. You don't care as long as you get up and you look like a bad bitch.
So I mean, like, for people that, like, from the client's point of view, like, how can they even like find better if better is booked? You know what I'm saying? So like, for instance, like in our city, you know what I'm saying, in Indy, like we have certain stylists that are like, you know, put at top tier stylists, and they are all relatively booked. Like they're all relatively booked very fast. They are already have a clientele, probably don't even need a new client or things like that. What do they do? Like what can we even advise, like, you know, client or people that want to be a client of somebody like that or want to have that type of experience? What can we do to help them other than preaching to have these people, you know, take classes, which, honey,
I don't think that's going to happen. But I do feel like there are a lot of people that are slept on. Mm-hmm. I feel like there are a lot of people. So
due to social media.
Exactly. They're slept on. So again, if you change the requirements of the person that you're looking for, because I know people that are having a lot of success or are great service providers that do, like I said earlier, they don't have a social media following. Mm-hmm. So don't just go looking for using social media as your search base. You can't just use social media as your search base for a service provider.
It used to be word of mouth, everything. Like, honestly, the first year of I didn't even have social media. Matter of fact, my first year of doing hair, all of my clients came from word of mouth, like every last one of them. From when I was doing hair at my house to then me paying booth rent. I was so scared to pay booth rent because I'm like, oh Lord, I got to make this money. But I never experienced not making the money. Like, I literally was popping from the jump. But obviously that's a whole nother, you know, thing of how I got there. But it's like word of mouth. Like, y'all, if you like, y'all be selfish. People be so selfish. Like, you got something good. You don't ever want to tell nobody.
They don't want to share.
I'm not telling you to I'm not telling you to do my toes, because no. But it's like, you can't be like that, because if you really want your people to grow and you really believe in the person that is providing you these services and they are amazing,
they don't believe in them. It's selfish, like you said, you know. But she is right though. Like word of mouth definitely goes a long way. And honestly, don't underestimate like a stylist's ability. I think that too. Like a lot of people get caught up because they don't like, oh well, this provider does this a certain way, but you haven't told this person that this is what you want. You get what I'm saying? So like, don't underestimate their ability to do the thing that you want them to do. You have to have a conversation with them to see if they can provide that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know sometimes we get stuck in our way, or we like what we like, or maybe they went to a person, they want it done exactly that way. Okay, it might not be exactly that way, but you probably could get close by just having a conversation with your service provider about like what it is that you're looking for. Because I think me and you talked about it before, like we have like a baseline of what we do that fits for pretty much every client. You know what I'm saying? Like you have your base level stuff and then you kind of alter it per what that client wants, what they need, what they don't like about themselves, you know, what their issues are. So basically, you know, you have to talk to your service provider to make sure that they can provide what it is that you need. Like we don't know y'all. Like you are a new client. So like if you maybe you like, okay, well, I like my lashes that longer. I don't like my nails this longer. I don't really like stilettos. I like coffins, you know, whatever the case, whatever it is, or my skin is really oily and you're treating it for dry skin. Whatever it is, like we don't know you. We have to get to know you. It's building a relationship. So like just don't automatically, oh, maybe the first experience wasn't as great as you wanted it to be. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that it won't be great, you know, with time. So you gotta, it's longevity in it, you know?
And then there's so many different type of people in the world, like so many different type of people, right? So like you gotta think, you might vibe with Jazz more as far as her doing your hair than you vibe with me more, or vice versa. Like sometimes I feel like my clientele, they like me, right? They like me. They like the experience I give them, and it's like the cherry on top all the other things that I do for them. But to the core, they actually like me. So if you don't even like the person, but you're going to they do the best salons in the city, but you don't care for them, it's just like
vibe,
it's not even that. Like find somebody that you can actually vibe with, that you can have experiences with, because hairstylists, I mean, I've been doing people since they was children and now they graduate from high school. So it's like, you know, you really be living your life with these people and really experiencing life with these people. Why not try to actually go further and, you know, do that and create that relationship sometimes, or look for that. Don't be trying to just look for the best person in the city just to do this, that, because then you coming in there like tight. You ain't even coming there like they're a person. You treat them like, do this service and do it like I like it, and that's that. And you know, that gets spicy. Okay, literally typed in hairstylist bad service in Facebook, and this came up. Okay, Miss Deja says, I can't stand an unprofessional stylist. It's really the absolute worst. It's a way to go about everything. So just flaking or dragging someone's appointment out just because you feel like it, yeah, no. Then y'all let the city gas y'all styles up when most of y'all are clearly still practicing. And you surely can't get better being unprofessional ASF, okay? Please be humble. Humble yourself, okay? ASF.
Fuck.
Half of these present day stylists don't even wash your hair anymore. You got to do half your service before you get there. Sis is mad.
She's upset.
Y'all be on social media going, oh. But why do we type in hairstylist bad service? And like you can find stuff when you type that in.
Real fast. Real fast.
Okay, so we gotta start over. Okay, it's already recording. So
is it recording right now?
Yeah, the red light is on. That's
okay.
Okay. Welcome to the Beauty Talk Podcast, where we have real conversations about, what was it again? Real conversations. Yes, where we have real conversations.
Yes,
advocates.
We're the beauty industry
advocates.
We're the beauty about the beauty industry.
About the beauty industry.
And
on
the fuck is the word? Like a professionalism.
Okay, so
the shit is in shambles, okay?
Don't say the shit is in shambles.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Beauty Talk Podcast, where we have real conversations about the state of the beauty industry.
The lack of professionalism, the clients, the fights, oh my God.
That was perfect!
Sorry,
I got her phone.
I didn't know my ring.
You ain't hot yet?
No.
It can't be just me.
It's not hot.